Guys, there's a massive problem with my Lego City. A problem so big it might affect the whole channel's future moving forward. And yes, I know this sounds really dramatic, but you guys might remember in my last city update video, I talked about this kind of problem and we were going to have to get into it really soon. I love the Lego City. I mean, it looks incredible. I'm really happy with all the progress we made in the last year and, it looks great. But this year is a big year for Ballistic Bricks and we're trying to make everything the best it possibly can be. And to be totally honest, I've been neglecting the city. There's a reason why the last city update was for months ago. It's because I haven't been in here since months ago. When I started building for the channel and the city, I was excited. I started my modulars down and my roads down, and I was really happy with it. But I think that's starting to be a problem. Now, I'll get into my first major issue, the roads. Guys, the roads have been a really weird one for me. As you can see, there's not even roads in that corner, and all the roads aren't done properly. We have little 4x1 studs in every single road plate in the entire city. And that's proven to be more and more of a problem every time I add to the city. It also means some stuff is looking uglier. And because basically what's going on is the roads are directly backing on to modulars, which means, there's no sidewalk at some of the roads. It is literally just road, then back of a wall. I'll show you what I mean. Now here you can see we have a road, but it looks really ugly when it's just directly next to a back wall like this. And this is a continuous pattern. As you can see down here, it continues down these back buildings over here, even there on Funhole Street. It's a problem I always knew I was going to have, and I didn't really know how to overcome. Well, that might be a little bit of a lie. So I did know that this would be a problem, but I really didn't want to have to expand my roads every single time I bought them. Basically, what it would mean is that I'd have to build every single road on a full base plate and decorate every single sidewalk, to add sidewalks every time I bought any roads. And I'm trying to build this Lego City on a budget here, so that would make things really difficult for the channel. So I've tried to avoid it for as long as I can, but to be honest, it's getting to the end of the road. This year, I'm going to have to look into fully modularising my roads. But that's not all. Some of our fate builds like the Avengers Tower and the police station modular really don't like to move. They're not even on their proper base plate properly, and it's all kind of a balancing act. And to be honest, I don't like that now I can't access the back buildings of my Lego City. I mean, I can't reach over that far without breaking something. I also don't know if I'm in love with how I've set out my Lego City. At first I only had a few modulars, so putting things out just randomly was exciting, and I knew I'd get to expand. But now, I'm losing that space to expand because I'm not able to move anything about anymore. Everything is in a stable position. So I'm going to have to do the difficult job and rearrange everything. I'm going to have to sit down, make a plan, and execute it. For far too long, I've been very lazy with the Lego City. Some projects I've been trying to do for ages have been put off by me, wanting to build and build and build. But the problem is, my building is getting nowhere because there's nowhere for me to safely put it. Now, yes, this would be a fantastic time to finally go through and mills plate everything, but that's another step. And although that might come at some point, I'm not going to promise that right now. If I was to randomly say I'm going to mills plate every single road and building in my entire city, it would take ages. It would also maybe cut out some buildings that aren't real modulars. It would make it exponentially harder to put things like the Lego Avengers Tower here. And even when it comes to builds like the real Lego Avengers Tower, which I'm going to be building soon, and the real Daily Bugle, I can no longer modularize those. They are too big of buildings to fix and, make a mills plate in, not modularizing. So this year, we are going to see a total rebrand of Lego Las Vegas. It's the only option, and it's going to take a really long time. It may not be in the next month or 2 months, but be sure by the end of this year, we're going to be completely redoing everything, taking everything out, putting it back in different places, more road plates, and hopefully bigger road plates that make everything look nicer. Another big thing to think about when it comes to this is, putting more buildings together. Right now, it's basically just line, road plate line, and then another line of buildings. But what it'd be nice to do, now I've got some more buildings, is to put them in, blocks and stuff. You can have I can have 4 buildings that all follow onto each other and create a block. Now, if I did that, it would actually disperse the use to make bigger road plates because you'd never see the back of a building. I still think the road plates would be a good practice, but it's definitely something to think about. Guys, I'm a little bit lost. I'm not gonna lie. It's my first time building a Lego city, and it's a bit daunting at times. The reason why I put off coming in here is because I know I have a big task ahead of me, and I also know how much Lego I've got on the pool table that I'm eventually want to put in the city, but it's just so impossible right now. I have big ideas, but not always the space to do it, and sometimes it's a bit difficult. I don't have unlimited Lego to do things. I'd also like maybe to take off the tables from the back wall and be able to walk fully around my city. But again, I'm not sure that's something I could commit to because it's a lot more space and it would mean, not being able to do as much. Guys, if you have any suggestions, please drop them in the comment section below. I'm dying to hear what you have to say and how I can fix things. But there was my big problem with the Lego city. It's the road plates, it's some of the buildings not being on each other properly, and it's just an overall maybe lack of care from me when originally setting out my city, which now needs to be corrected. Thank you guys so much for watching. I've been Ballistic Bricks. This has been my problem with the Lego city. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!